No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, let's get it to work.
Jameis now on first down. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Forced out to him, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. On play action, Winston eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go down at the 28. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And look at this. Catanzaro misses it left. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Yellow waiting.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Only a yard on the pickup there. And it'll bring up a 3rd down. play fake. Winston. And wait, the tight end's got it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Hey, let's go, let's go.
They go play action here on first down. They'll buy some time right. That's complete right around the 8. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
And it's a Buccaneers touchdown.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. We focus our attention here on the Saints' offense as they come out. And last year, they were coming into 2017 with 3 straight 7-9 seasons. Well, they got it turned around. Won the NFC South at 11-5. Won a wild card game, and then we all know the story. Heartbreak in Minneapolis.
But it's one that won't break this team, I don't believe. I think it's actually something that they can use as fodder for the season, as something to build upon. And when you think of New Orleans, you naturally think of offense. You think of Drew Brees. You think of Alvin Kamara last year as a rookie, making the big plays. Mark Ingram running the football, throwing it to Mike Thomas out wide. But the key to this team continuing to get better remains on defense. And I think it was shown in the draft when they made the big move and drafted Marcus Davenport out of UTSA to rush the passer. They know they've got to win their division, which means slowing down some high-powered offenses in Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Atlanta.
Ready. 90. 14.
On second down, here's Brees. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Ready. Got it. Hold out. Get set.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
Good. Line 4, ready.
Now Brees throwing on second down. And the pressure gets to Brees as he's taken down. Vinny Curry in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Third and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brady! Hey, alert 48. Hey, we got Mike to 48 right now. Let's go. 21. Mike, 48. Mike, 48. Oh, you got deep?
Play action. Breeze. Over the middle. Open is Thomas. And he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Check. Press now. Ready. 90. 48.
Into the red zone. It's Breeze. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go. Return the play.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Let's go now.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Hey, let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll try to throw now. Winston going for the deep ball. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Let's go now.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Ready. You ready.
Jameis to throw it. And this is caught by Jackson. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Stay in there. Let's go.
Second down, Winston. And he fends it off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Tyler Jamison continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. Here's Ginn. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Ready. Yellow Wadey. Play set. Ready, play set.
Breeze now on first down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Get set, get set.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Well, these Buccaneers coming off a 4-game drop-off from a year ago, 9-7 in Dirk Cutter's first season to 5-11 last year. It's now 10 straight seasons without a playoff appearance, and in fact, they have not won a playoff game, Charles, since winning Super Bowl 37.
And in order for
and Winston lost the football. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Hey, easy. 95, 56, 95, 56. Ready? Ready, what's that?
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready? You ready? 12.
To throw is Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Here we go. Watch tight, tight end right. Watch tight, tight end right. Alert. Bring it, ready. Yellow lady. Got it. Mike 48. 11.
Breeze going to try and throw on third down. He's going to sling this deep downfield and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they play it out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Get set.
Now Breeze. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, his first touchdown in a Saints uniform. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Looks good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Jameis on second down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Third and long for Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Ginn. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Ready. You ready? It's just me and you. 21, 21. We got it. Under. Motion. Ready, my time.
Brees to throw on second down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's brought down after a good gain. They give him a gain of 38.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it too.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready. You're ready. Reserve. You're good. You're good. 5-4. Ready.
Brees on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ready. You ready? You ready? Go set.
Shotgun now for Brees. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 48 yards.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sims. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a second down throw for Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll make it third down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. On third down, Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Winston now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A first down throw for Winston. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Jameis again. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. They'll throw again. Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And some space here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Got it. We're good, 20 set. 20 set.
They run it again with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Here we go. Check 48. 21. 36. 48. Mike. Hey, two.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vinny Curry in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to look deep down the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Chris Conte. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Okay.
Following the interception, Winston. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards for number 11.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Let's convert. Sunday.
First down, Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Ready. Black 22.
To the air again with Winston. And incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Again, it's Winston. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now Brees lost the football, and he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. 2nd down, Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now 17-14. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. That's complete to Meredith. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Brees now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Brees now on 1st down. Finds a seam inside the 40. That's caught. The tight end Hill. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
He's back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep depth. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On the counter, here's Kamara. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Jackson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So out come the Bucs now. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ready?
One last shot now for Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Saints, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try again next week.